see where we actually want us to position us in that social cycle. We can choose to not be bounded by those expectations by others. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I have been struggling. There's a very huge misconception about successful people. What? About successful people just do their own thing and money comes their way, that success comes their way, they put into hard work and then they get the result. And then people think that they never struggle. But that's not true. Everybody struggle. The struggle is real, and that's part of the life that what you have to face and what you're going through. I do have some certain level of anxiousness here and there, and I think that's just totally normal, part of the life. I did started realizing that I wanted to start my detachment journey because just through constant reflection that why that sometimes my intrusive thoughts are just extremely loud in my mind, that just like kind of like dominating how I have been feeling towards my life, my attitude, like it started to affect my quality of life and how I feel about myself. And I started to recognize there are similar patterns here and there that has happened before in my life, but it's starting to repeating itself. However, that this time I recognize that I no longer want it to happen again. Not this time, not anytime in the future. At least not exactly at the same way that it has appeared in my life, like never again, please. One thing that I really think helped is I start to realize that I have some sort of kind of attachment towards one specific outcome or one specific person, or I really wanted something to go exactly this way that I wanted. Like if it would go any other way, it would make me feel disappointed. It would correlate to, in some way, makes me feel low, like small about myself, like makes me feel that I have lower self-esteem. Like when I start to care more about what other people think of me is when I got less and less happy. I think it's a matter of a spectrum that I have entered from one extreme to more of in the middle, where I like kind of like care less about what other people think of me, but there are still many perspectives. There are still many aspects in my life where I still definitely care about what other people think of me. And I think that just like makes me human. That's just part of being a human, that you live in a social environment, that we really like thrive with each other's human interaction, and it's like completely irrational to assume that someone can like completely doesn't care what other people think of themselves. But we can start to recognize that and then see where we actually want us to position us in that social cycle, that we can choose to not be bounded by those expectations by others or expectations by ourselves subconsciously. So basically, it's a mindset shift that you start thinking, I have to meet those criteria, I have to meet that deadline, I have to do that because somebody else's expectations or some false expectations from my false belief, to like change all of that have to criteria to I choose to listen to my own intuition. I choose to prioritize my health, my well-being, my healing journey. I choose to prioritize my sleep schedule so I know that I can get enough energy for my second day, so I don't push myself over my limits just to meet a deadline. And all of that is shifting mindset from, trying to grasp a lot of things that you cannot control of, to actually take a step back, saying, hey, okay, so what do I actually have control of in my life? Like, what can I actually do for myself that would make a difference? You could make a difference by simply, I said simply, not easily, by simply make a schedule that you want to follow, and you don't have to follow along strictly for 21 days. I know a lot of people say like starting a habit, building a habit needs 21 days, but to be completely frankly, I have never been the person who really did 21 days, like from day 1 to 20, one day without any accommodations, without any like taking a break from middle. I really think you know yourself the best. Provide yourself with whatever kind of accommodations that you need, whether that's we're only doing like 2 laps today instead of 5 laps that we wanted to do. If that means I don't know, watch an episode of Netflix that I usually don't, but just to get my mind off some of the steam. I don't know if that is like doing 2 sets of lifting instead of 5 sets today because I really feel my body really feel exhausted and I just don't want to destroy this momentum just by finishing this one time and then ruin all of the momentum in long run. Is what I'm trying to say is you know your body the most. Like sure discipline, sure schedule, sure resilience and all of that. And I'm not saying it's like it's not controversial when you're listening to your body, when you're listening to your intuition and taking that necessary step back or taking that necessary extra breath or extra break. It's not the end of the world. And in the end, you're still making that baby step because you know your goal is there, that you're determined, you wanted to be the better version of yourself. You're determined to get to a point that you're actually, spending time with yourself, that you are uplifting your energy, that you know that what you're doing. I really experience it a lot in my life as well. Like I don't see growth as a like a linear vertical line up there. I really don't. I think growth is actually very slow. It's like spiral. It keeps coming back and forth, back and forth. You may not see growth over a short limit of time, but you will see it if you are determined with your goal. So sometimes a break might just be what you needed to get to the next step, to prepare you to store more energy, to make that better leap, the next stage. Anyhow, I just really wanted to pop here and say hi to everybody that now more than any time, me definitely needed to hear it that I deserve a break. I deserve to have more credits than I give myself. Everybody keeps saying you deserve more credits that you give to yourself. That we're always ourselves' biggest critique. Is that how you say it? So based off of that, really get your pat on the head, pat on the back, saying good job, that you have done really well. It might not feel that you're making progress right at the moment, but you are. It's like all of those baby steps. It may not feel it every single day. You may still feel kind of like icky the next morning you wake up, but even simply recognizing that you're feeling and recognizing that your state of being is a step forward. I love you. I really hope you guys are doing well. Leave a comment how you're doing. Let's check in soon. Bye.